G'day all and welcome to the South African lawn. Lekker mense, in this video we're going to mow top dress and talk about my putting green. So if you're thinking about building your own putting green, or you just like looking at me struggling with my putting green, then this video is probably for you. If not, then you're welcome to go and watch one of my other videos. Okay? Okay mense, so I just mowed the putting green and to be 100% honest with you, my big plan for this putting green was to do tons of videos and teach you how to build a putting green or how I build a putting green. And then I've changed my approach a little bit because I've learned now over the last period of time that this thing right here, this low mown turf, is a different animal, and it is for me just as big of a learning curve as for someone who knows nothing about putting greens. So it's not really fair of me to tell you, this is how you do it, this is how you do it. I'm rather just taking you upon my journey and showing you what I do and the mistakes I make and the things that go for me. Lekker. Okay, so talking about the mowing, let me tell you, the screen is absolutely looking fantastic in my opinion. Besides the bare areas, which is now filling in. I don't know how many of you saw in the previous video that we've got germination. And yes, I just mowed over this area. But I'm trying to keep that mower as much as possible off the bare areas to try and get this green to recover in those bare areas. But other than that, looking absolutely beautiful. Let's do a quick rolling test before we talk about the height of cut. Okay, from this angle going there, it's a slight, the slightest of downhills. There's a very big slope right there. Very exciting to see a roll looking more green-like. Right, so let's talk height of cut here. I'm just going to check with my height of cut bar where we're at. I don't actually like lying my mower back too much. Just adjust this screw here. Now it sits nice and tight towards the front and the back roller. That should give us our height of cut. So look closely, that gives us, my word, under 6 mils. Looks like just under 6 mils height of cut, like 5.5 mils of height of cut. And that's the reason why I think it's starting to roll a little bit better. Also, I can tell you clearly the areas that are more dense, we're going to talk about the density now, the areas that's more dense and tighter, being cut shorter makes it roll better than, let's say, in comparison to this area where it's growing not as dense. So let me show you the density. Okay guys, so I'm showing you a nice area here, one of the taller areas. I want to show you this area because it's an area that is not as thick as the rest. And you'll see this happens with all grass types. If it's not too thick, then it creates longish leaf blades. Whereas when it gets very dense, it's as if they're closer together and they start standing up and then they get mowed a little bit better. So let me show you an area like that. Just look at the difference between the fine leaf texture on that longer area compared to this area right here. This is much more green-like, much more dense. For what reason, I'm not 100% sure why some areas are taking longer. But just have a look at the general leaf texture of this area. Much tighter, much more green-like. Still some longish ones, but much more green-like. This is now an extreme close-up. It looks like a big leaf blade, but I promise you, in all fairness, it is It is very tiny. Okay, another positive thing is as you can see, just go back into my archives and you'll see there that there was a lot more bare patches here. And finally, I've gotten the dogs to stay off this area. It took about 14 broken cricket bats to tame them, to stay off this area, you know, because they were wild in this area. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to get about 1 wheelbarrow of sand. I think that should be the correct amount, or the sufficient amount. That's the correct English word. And a lot of people are saying, yes, Merrick, it looks like a construction site or a quarry here with all the sand. But I say it makes me feel like I'm at the beach, you know, the Valley of Waves. I call it Sand City. Yeah, not much to it. You've seen me do this. The only thing I want to be careful of is not to smother my newly germinated bent grasses. Ooh, a little heavy. I just wanna lie in the sun. Check there, Owens, not even a half a wheelbarrow, well, maybe half, maybe just over a half a wheelbarrow, but not even an entire wheelbarrow. And look at that coverage. We have to take in consideration that it's only about 17, 18, 19 squares, maximum 20 squares that we're treating there. And it's sand filled. Holy moly. Look at this, Owens. 12 days since seeding. And if this doesn't excite you, then lawning isn't for you. I haven't asked my neighbor permission to film here, so if there's an angry guy running out here, then I apologize. How lucky is that? RPR, regenerative perennial ryegrass. Quite a difficult word to say. Kykie, Foefie. Kyk jou nuwe grasperk. Kykie, you're getting a new lawn. Little bear over here that should still germinate and grow in. So I'm just going to use my leveler here to drag in all the sand in between the grass blades to make it fall onto the actual soil or sand layer. And I tell you what, this thing is beautiful for this type of things. You could obviously brush it in with like a broom or something, but this just makes it so flat and level. Oh, cook. Wat gaan hier aan? How did that happen? Whew. Now my last step is to just water it in, because the water just helps it push it down even more. So let me tell you, working with this putting green is just the most fun. You know, leveling it, everything is so smooth and flat and like, I don't know, it's just proper. You know, even the mowing, the mower just glides on top of this green. So in another video, people said my finger makes the perfect sprayer. So I actually think it does work better. Oi! Yeah, okay guys, so this place is absolutely soaked, but that's what I wanted to do. At least I can see that my drain right here, I don't know if you can see that, there, is at the right place, because this is the low part. That was the plan, you know, to feed all the rainwater when the rain comes now, hopefully, into that drain. So guys, that's it. A mower top dress, a mower at 5.5 mil, I'll have you know. 5.5 mil, and a top dress. Should have the play, but oh, we needed to do the rolling test. Now it won't roll because it's wet. I just want to tell you that the sand doesn't really affect it's not going to roll, it's soaked. The playability of the surface, it actually, if anything, it might even improve it, make it a little bit faster, because the soft leaves doesn't actually sink in. The ball kind of rolls on top of the sand. So quite nice actually. Guys, that's going to be it from my side. I just want to show you my Kentucky bluegrass, but it's turning into a Kentucky bluegrass again. Yeah, so the bluegrass is not looking too lekker. Kentucky bluegrass, I tell you. Don't know if I've got insect troubles here or what the, hold on, now my gimbal is insect damage there against the edges. I don't know if it's the black edging creating heat and causing evaporation of water or whatever, but this whole top section where I've got poor soil is absolutely struggling. Please, can it rain? We had a beautiful lightning storm last night with very little water coming down. So I'm very excited for the rain. But guys, this lawn is struggling because of the heat, I tell you. It's very difficult to keep it hydrated. So yeah, that's the putting green and my Kentucky bluegrass, and also the seeding update at my neighbor. So yeah, lekker Owens, that's the putting green, that's the bluegrass struggling. Putting green looking better than the bluegrass actually at this stage. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did so, be sure to like it. It helps it rank up in YouTube. If you have not subscribed and you want to subscribe to see more of these type of videos, please do so. If you dislike the video, remember, hit the dislike button twice to show your hate towards me. Cheers guys, bye bye.